Hey, great day to you all. I hope that you were all able to wake up super grateful to be alive again another day in this magical experience. Yeah? And I hope that you've set that high vibe by telling yourself that you're absolutely amazing, that you're capable, that you're loved, that you're amazing, you can do anything, you're smart, you're beautiful, there are no limits, there are no boundaries. And I hope that you've intentionally set forth to have the best experience that you could have today. Loving yourself heartfully. You know, we're given free will for a reason. Big time. Because in one of the universal laws of this universe, there is no good and bad. There's duality, but there's no good and bad. Because everything is uniquely relative to that person, we can say, or situation, or because all of it is learning. And should you use your free will and your choice and the power of that to fuel you to see the good in everything, you will. You will, because there's good in everything. And a lot of people say, no, how is that possible? Well, you know what? It's very possible. I'm living proof of that. Literally. Yeah. You know why? Because I've had a lot of people say to me, Tobi, you've had a really hard life. Do you know that I sit here today not feeling any of it? Because I've healed that damage within me? Like, when I tell you guys, when you get to a stage of self-mastery and totally embrace the love that is fueling you to have life, the breath of life, from who? Some call it God. Some call it Allah. Some have many different names. What do I call them? Well, I can't even say him because it's a creative, divine consciousness that knows every single thing. And that everything is glued together with love. Absolutely everything in existence. So, I like to call it my boss. Why? You know, I was even questioned the other day, Tobi, why do you call God your boss? Well, because Source is my boss at this point, and I must obey. And I made a video a long time ago telling people that I'm not supposed to worry about finances on this earth because my rewards on this earth come with every breath. So, no, I'm not money motivated. I'm life motivated. I really am. I'm motivated by the force that's fueling me for life and nothing but. And I want to expand that consciousness and that love out to as many as humanly possible. By any means necessary. Why? Because while the past may have been difficult to live, boy, was it an experience. And I am so grateful for all the learning that it gave me. Yeah. You know, it's all a part of being able to get past a lot more in life. You know? Like, look, if you haven't really been through anything devastating in your life, and then you have something happen, of course, that's going to be like a total devastation of you're going to be totally overwhelmed. But I'm pretty much desensitized to most things at this point. They don't affect me the way that something else affects somebody. Really, they don't. Because none of that exists anymore. Every day we wake up and we're given a fresh slate. We're fueled by love in perfect design. The love that fuels you knows no boundaries, no limits. And this is the will that should be done on earth as it is in heaven, is the love. See? That should be flowing freely through us by our own will. The love that fuels us, well, we're bringing it back to as above, so below, because there is so much to love on this earth, and there are so many humanly available to love, and there's so much to love about life. Big time. And you know what? I tell people that in the morning it's really important to set your state of being grateful. And I tell you guys, if you have to be reminded because you're going through something, write it down. Really. Do you know that 5 minutes saves you all kinds of mayhem later on because you've chosen to program your state? Yeah. You know, the hardest thing is to start doing it. It's actually just doing it. Because we think, it's not going to help me. Well, why would that help me? And why would I bother doing that? But when you do it, you're going to realize it was the best thing that could have ever happened to you. And why doesn't your brain accept it as a suggestion to do it? Because that's not something you've ever done. It's like when you go and you are driving around in your car and you don't notice a specific kind of car until you go by that car. So let's say you change your car and you go and you buy a new car that you've never had. And then you're driving in your new car. Well, you're going to notice your new car everywhere around you because your brain has accepted it as a suggestion. So if you're in a negative state of being and you've been running on that pattern, well, your brain is not accepting the positive suggestions or thoughts until you choose them for yourself. You see? Same way you had to go choose a car or choose something to see it everywhere is the same way you must choose to implement gratitude into your life. Because it's not something that we are taught to do, and it's not a part of your programming until you put it there. So your brain is not going to even accept it as something relevant to you unless you install it in there. How do I know? Because I lived as an ungrateful human being thinking this was a sick, twisted joke that I used to say it all the time, I used to say it all the time. This is a sick, twisted joke, having to live this stuff. For anybody that doesn't or isn't mastered. This is why it's so important for my boss to win back as many souls as humanly possible. Well, my boss has mine. That's my commander-in-chief, the Most High. Yeah. And that's the real war that's going on. It's just the fight for the souls. And people don't even realize it. Well, guys, I want you to really take a look at who's got your soul. Honestly. Because I now know the difference. I danced with the devil my whole life. But now I know who my boss is and who I'm committed to. So, guys, you got to take a look at that. Because that's what it comes down to. It doesn't matter what's happening. Are you still with yourself and powered up with the love that's fueling you? To use your free will to be constructive and evolving and flourishing and growing and letting the magic happen in your life? Or are you dancing with the devil, which will end in demise? You know, I'm grateful for everything that I've ever had to live in my life. Because how could I be me without living all of that? You know what kind of strength it takes for somebody to be in a body that's completely poisoned? And want to jump back in that and say, I'll ride it out to the finish. Let's do this. And come back from that? My kidneys had shut down completely. They were done. Yeah. I've never been hooked up to dialysis. And even after that, when I was spiritual, even when I had my life review, I still didn't feel the universal love until I was spiritually awakened. Oh boy. Like, when I had my life review, I knew that's love and everything, but I was so panicked that I wanted to go back that I was happy I was there, but then it was like, hey, I didn't do so well? Well, why? Well, because you were on a mission and you have to do certain things and you just allowed yourself to get to this point. But that's, the whole part of growth, eh? I would have never known I was an empath or a light worker or as heavily mission-based as I am if I didn't do the inner work. Because we're all gifted, but nobody opens that box like I posted there. A memory. I love those memories when they pop up. Reminders for me. Everybody needs reminders. That's why I tell you guys to write things down. Remind yourself. Install it in your brain, because I've had to do that. It's funny. You guys all see me come out here and I just talk and the knowledge is there. Look, I speak freely. I never come out with a script. I speak from my heart. But I lived in a space of a destructive pattern within my mind all my life because of my experience of life. Until I chose to reinstall different brain patterns and ways. Yeah. So I did the work on myself. You know what? I mentioned the other day too about the chosen ones. And I got distracted and I was talking to, I think, my cousin. So I didn't finish or get into the topic, but I'll bring it up today. What does it mean really when you hear about God's chosen? First of all, God, the name God, has been put on this great consciousness and love by man. Okay? How did this great Most High create? With a breath of life. Everything was breathed into existence. Well, the name that was carried was... Okay, and where there's a way. Okay. Now, we're sourced by that same breath. You breathe every day. That's your source of life. Without breath, you're done. So, the breath of life that has allowed you to live and breathe is also giving you life and giving you free will. Amazing, eh? You're loved no matter what choice you make on the planet, in your human existence, and your game of life. Why? Because you're only here to gain life experience. So everybody says, yeah, we come in with nothing and we leave with nothing. That's not true. We come in, but we leave with a whole lot of experience. And it's a part of what we're contracted to do. And that's why, me personally, I have to come out here and I have to speak from the heart. And I have to tell people whatever is coming through me with no stop, no block. I got to let it just... And most of the time, I don't even know where the topic's going to go. Because when I tell you that I have allowed the love of the Creator, my boss, who governs me daily, to flow freely through me and connect to every one of my cells, that's how I heal my face. Okay? I tell you guys all the time that healing doesn't come from your human experience. It comes from the fuel that is giving you factually. And, I'll shut off my, because I highly doubt that those notifications will stop. But yeah, if you guys have noticed, my mouth is moving great. Well, that's not my human experience that healed that. That's the love that's fueling every one of my organs that did that, because it's in perfect design. It knows what it has to do better than any thought you could have about it. Actually, the thoughts that you have about it disturb it all. It's like thank you. Perfect analogy. Perfect analogy. Okay, so I get it. Okay, this is a perfect analogy. You go to a very exquisite fine dining buffet. Well, it's all been set up for you in perfect design for you to really enjoy yourself, right? And for you to get the most out of the glamorous, different assortments, tastes, smells, colors, okay? And it looks all so magical, and it's very exquisite, and it's very high caliber. Well, you're not going to walk up to a buffet like that and start putting ketchup on it all. That's how I was shown, okay? So, your thoughts are like putting ketchup on your perfect design. Oh, I like that. No, really. You're not going to be served a plate with all of that fancy stuff on it and squeeze out some ketchup on top of it. Wow. By you operating from your thoughts, You're operating from the ketchup and not from the magnificent, perfect design that's being already served to you. Because all of it's there for you, at your disposal. All of it. But these thoughts and these limiting beliefs that you think about yourself and how you see yourself is key. Everybody's so worried about how everybody else sees them. Well, no. How do you see you? Because that's all that really matters. Because it doesn't matter how somebody else. Perfect example. Okay. I'm being guided with that perfect example about how I see myself to drop it like this. So I will. I'm a chosen one. And I know that. But what is a chosen one? Well, Yahweh's chosen ones are the ones that can jump into this reality, which is the densest reality to live in. So this is why Earth School is the hardest. Okay, because this is school. Yeah. What's felt here in the human experience cannot be felt out of it. So it takes some special souls to actually be born on this planet. So yeah, this density, when we get born into this density, we get stripped of our... Well, we don't get stripped of anything. So yes, thank you. We choose to jump into a reality that is very dense, restrictive, limiting, very programmed to govern in a way that is unhealthy, because that's factually what it is. And it gets worse by the day. And this is why these changes have to happen. But we come here knowing what we have to do. But yeah, we have to forget about it. Because imagine if you really knew you were mission-based and were able to hold your consciousness while you're born and growing, you wouldn't have that thriving... Like, you have to live your human experience. And you have to be able to get past the human experience and tap back into the love that's fueling you and the state of being that you were born into, to allow the universal love to fuel every one of your cells, every one of your organs, every one of your words you speak, every one of your things. It's a way of life. It's not a job. Well, the chosen ones are the ones that have lived the most excruciating lives, intentionally, so that they would be the ones to feel all the pain in the ancestry and everything that needed to be faced and dealt with in the ancestry, and own up to the correction of it. What does that do? That frees the ancestry from having to repeat a karmic cycle to correct that for themselves. And also frees the lineage ahead. And yes, there is factually one for every family. Now, whether they complete the mission or not, that's on them. Some get too stuck in situational and human experience of things and cannot step into their mission until it's far too late to do so. And this is the big thing. There's one for every family. So if you have no siblings, you're the one. And you know, everything happens for a reason, eh? And there's an ascension happening with the planet. Factually. And love-based operations, the way it should have been, maintained to be, is being reinstalled. I did a video about this stuff September or October of last year, telling you guys all about what's to come. Preparing you guys all from November, from the first portal. And I came out here and I was telling you about the amplification of energy because the universe needs to step in. Well, my boss tells me clearly that there is no way that the perfect design of all, with the love that's fueling it, is going to allow any destruction of the planet. It can't. And if man continues to operate in their human experience and in their disillusion, well, guess what? It's exactly what's going to happen. And that's going to send ripples out to the whole universe and to the whole perfect design of things. So the chosen ones are the ones that have owned the love within them, cleared out their limiting beliefs, healed all the wounds that had to happen to allow the light in to the density. Because it's like, pearls don't get produced unless the clam's been wounded, right? So, you got, you can't have a walk in the park life and think that, maybe you are one of those that came in and just, that's part of your mission. And that's cool. But the real 144K, the chosen, we're on like a little different of a mission. And some of us have double missions. Some of us have triple missions. Some of us, why? Because of the governance of the way things are going. Man is running this planet to the next sixth mass extinction. This is why the ascension of the planet has to happen. Because the density of the operational system has been out of fear. So fear is 150 hertz. So that's a way down deeper density than what people need to survive and thrive in. To thrive, you need to be solid in your own skin. But if you're 150 hertz operational based, you are farthest thing from a 500 hertz love frequency. 350 hertz difference, eh? So this is why it has to happen. And this is why I obey my boss. You know why? Because, hey, the chosen are the ones that choose to make the difference. That's who the chosen really are. That choose to love themselves enough to allow love to be their operational system. That's who the chosen are. That no matter what life has thrown our way, that we still allow love to freely flow through us to every single person on the planet. And there are many like me out there. Many. But there are also many like me out there that are suffering, that haven't opened their gifts yet. And I've been activating people like crazy lately. But I need to. It's time. The chosen ones are the ones that choose to do the work for the Most High. Factually. That's why we're chosen back, because anybody that chooses to faithfully obey the Most High and the love that is fueling them for life are highly protected and chosen by the Most High also to carry it out. Because once you've lived all I've lived, and can still walk proudly today in faith and say, yes, I love my Creator as I am loved for my experience. No, I don't doubt the power that fuels me for life and that heals me over and over and over again. Factually. Well, that's the glue that binds us all together. That's the same reason why we're energetically connected. This energy that runs our whole being, well, it's the breath of life, and it is the love of the Creator that's given it to you. You know, the Creator's not shaming you, blaming you, guilting you, denying you, judging you, not accepting you. Nothing. You're being loved for your experience and given a bag of free will to make your choices. I just choose to operate from that bag handed to me by the Most High and nothing but. That's what makes me different. That's why I can proudly say, yes, I'm a chosen one. I'm a healer. I'm an empath. I'm a light worker. Everybody thinks I wrote those 10 books, and I must have money. You know something? I channeled those 10 books. Yeah. Those aren't my books. I say it all the time. Why do you think the title of my first book is Turning Hell into Heaven? Because I was instructed to try to teach as many as humanly possible to do just that. Show them how I did it. But I had to master doing it before I was channeled and told to do it. Yeah. But my spiritual awakening solidified that for me. Because then I was really told what I was supposed to be doing on the planet. Because I had successfully retained and maintained and healed after living what I'd lived by intention. So my graduation was my spiritual awakening when my dad died. So I'm told. That was the graduation ceremony of, Okay, now you've healed. You pulled it off. Well, now you can gain the great knowledge because now I know you'll do what's right with it. So I was granted free passage to it. After committing, I would do with it what it was meant to be done on earth as it is in heaven. And I will it to be like that. Yeah, because it's as simple as that. And everybody thinks it's more complicated than that. No, we're energy first. And it's the energy of the love that's fueling us for our daily experience that is fueling every single thing within it. No matter what is manipulating it here in your experience or within yourself. Because that's where the ketchup's added. In that magnificent, magical bouquet of a feasting, abundant energy of love fueling every one of your systems today. So much so, you're loved so much, and you're expected to get the most out of your experience so much so, that 95% of your operational system is taken care of for you. You don't even have to manage it. Imagine that. And still given the free will after you're given all this love, all this balance, all this harmony, all these capacities to heal. You're still given the free will to do what you want with it. Well, the chosen ones are the ones that use their free will and choice to let love heal them. Let love make them whole. And after, look, you got to be wounded to let the light in. Well, okay, that's fine. But once you get into that light stage, well, then you need to heal those wounds to master yourself. And then when you're a complete whole vessel, that's when you get tapped in full. Because I tried to explain it to many in one of my videos. You can't hold your full power if you're full of holes and you're leaking it to everything but yourself. You got to be a complete whole person. To hold and vessel and intentionally pump this kind of love through you. To heal as many as humanly possible. How could I not heal if I am embracing this universal love? Of course I will. I did a video not too long ago telling you guys, within a month, I will be healed. Do you think I was telling you that jokingly? We all have the same thing fueling us for our existence and our realities. The only difference between you and I is our free will and our choices that we make for ourselves. Literally. I choose, for me, to heal. To become younger every single day. Why? Because I have tapped into the love that heals me. So, that's the highest potential of your being. Is what is running all of your organs, all of your systems. Gives you the capacity to even have this experience. Well, how could I not operate from that? I must. I must. That is the pure alignment with the abundance of our birthright. That's what it truly means. Anything that I want, in my experience, is far from what many others want. I've said it many times also, that should my boss decide that I must be in these conditions, well, Mother Teresa did it. She didn't complain about suffering or situations. No, she lived among those who needed love the most. Well, I do the same thing. You know how many people have told me, Toby, you are Mother Teresa to many? And you don't even have? That's fine. But what I do have is an abundant amount of love that I can show absolutely anybody who needs it. And that's why, your truest currency on the planet is your energy. Yeah. And when you have a pure heart, see, there's a story also in the Great Book. I like to call it the Great Book because that's... Anyway. There's a story about the weighing of the hearts. I know that my heart is full of love on a daily basis. All the time. For myself and for everything on the planet. This whole experience, because that's a part of my mission too. Because of how powerful I have become, I must project love at every moment of every waking day. Yeah. All the time. And that's the tower most for many, because people can't accept it. It disrupts their demons, so it irritates them. It bothers them. Literally. It's that Those things that take over. Who does she think she is? Well, I know who I am to the Most High. So you know what? It doesn't matter who thinks I'm what on the planet. I have a job to do and I must do it. And I don't care about reaping any monetary rewards on the planet for the things that I must do by the grace of the Most High. Why do I say the grace of the Most High? Because I was given grace to get it right. That's why I do what I do. How could I not show grace to myself and show grace to every living, breathing thing within this experience? You don't think for 1 second that if I decide to flip side and go an opposite route after all I know, that I will not be taken out of this experience? Because with the power that I have, if I use it the wrong way, and if you think for 1 minute that any court system on this planet and in this reality is worse than having to face your creator, forget it. Forget it. You are accountable for the choices that you do make with your free will. I'm accountable to that. I'm accountable to the choices that I make, the things that I say, the things that I do. Why? Because my boss has me on his top of the line role. Like, yeah. I don't need to hear my boss calling. I feel the total, okay, you're going this way, and I must follow. Okay, now, there, okay. And half the time I don't even understand why until it's over. But like I've said it many times, I allow my boss to run my life. So what does that mean, really? I get put in the places of people, places, and things who need me to be there. I get it. On a daily basis. That's my primal and primary boss on the planet. I don't work for anybody on the planet but the Most High. And it's crazy because a lot of people have come to me and said, okay, Toby, have you thought about publishing the books, like real publish? We'll put them out there. You know that the reason why I self-published those books and stamped it with Metatron's stamp on all of those books was because I was channeled to do so. Yeah. I was told that's what I needed to do. So I did it. Yeah. So it's very hard for me to, when I'm being instructed that, Toby, you can't attach any earthly logo to me. Like, when you're representing my work, it's my work and it's me, and you must proudly just, no, don't buckle to anything. I got you. So that's why I trust what's giving me life and the Most High and the Creator, because that is how it is. When the Creator of your life that gives you life and grants you more life tells you, I've got you, well then, that's facts. So, and that's how I see it. My big win is to keep breathing. And a lot of people sit there and say, well, because a lot of people have been coming at me going, okay, well, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this, but there's a price tag attached to it all. And they don't realize, people just think that when I tell them, no, I don't have the money for that, they think I'm joking. Hey. I have the breath of my essence. I have my energy. And if that's not enough, well, then I'm not meant to be there. Simple. And you know what? It's funny because somebody said to me the other day, yeah, right, you're connected like that to the Most High. You wouldn't be financially in a rut if that was the case. And I said, yo, buddy, you really think that the Most High is running on money frequency? Are you retarded? Because guess what? The true way of being is how the Indians used to do it, barter system. There was no money exchange. Nah. Greed produced money, not the Most High. Nature, you live off of nature, you will survive. More than survive, you will thrive. You will feel joyous, peace, harmony, balance. You will be healthier than an ox. That's the way it's supposed to be. Well, I can live like that no matter what. And a lot of people have told me, you are absolutely nuts offering all the knowledge you do and doing what you're doing and not putting a price tag attached. Well, guess what? I cannot put a price tag attached to every breath that I'm given the grace to have. Okay? So that's why I must do what I must do when I'm told to do whatever it is. That's what being chosen is all about. You become a vessel for the Most High. Yeah, you do. You really do. So, that's what being chosen is all about. Okay, so you chose to embrace your mission. And you chose to love yourself no matter what. And you chose to tap in and find your power. And you chose to seek the truth throughout all the lies. And you chose to heal yourself of all the wounds. To be a vessel for my love on the planet. Oh. Many are called, but the chosen are few. Yeah. Guys, I love y'all. I bounced around a lot today. I guess there's, you know what, to be honest with you, I don't even remember half the stuff I just told you because it just flows freely through my heart and out to you guys. And because somebody needs to hear it, I guess. I'm a vessel for my boss. Yeah. And you know what? I'm healed. Like, look, come on, really? I'm happy. I'm thrilled. You know, the simplest stuff makes me glow. And you know what that is? I woke up this morning primarily. So I'm going to remind you guys all today, look, if you're not feeling so great, if you're suffering from anything, first of all, stop talking shit to yourself. That is one of the worst things you could do to yourself. No matter what you're feeling, if you are feeling whatever it is you're feeling, you can change your state by, like I said, installing different patterns. Because your brain's not going to accept it as a suggestion, even unless you program it to be like that. Okay? So, in that sense, tell yourself you're amazing. Yeah. Tell yourself your body knows what it has to do. Command your body to restabilize. You know, it's crazy because a lot of people said, yeah, Toby, how do you, like, literally, I commanded my body to do what it had to do. I commanded wellness, balance, harmony into my body for healing. I had to. And I had to energy harvest to make it happen. I literally had to perform my own miracles on my body to know the power of it. What's that miracle? Well, my kidneys were dead in the water. They are fine today. Okay? This is why I tell you guys to tap into the love that's fueling you, because that is where the healing lies. It's not in your brain patterns. It's not in your human experience. It's in the love that is fueling you for the experience. Big time. And if you're not feeling like you love yourself fully, you gotta really disrupt that pattern. And you know what? A lot of people have told me lately, oh yeah, I love myself. And I'm like, all right. But they don't speak highly of themselves. And they don't speak wellness into their life. And they don't back that with a full faith and confidence. So how do they love themselves? Wouldn't that be a contradiction? When you fully can embrace yourself and accept the fact that you are here as uniquely you, and you matter. Yes, you do. You matter. Doesn't matter who you are. You're here for a reason, or the Creator would have yanked you out of it. Said, okay, time's up. Come on, gotta go. And then you'll have your life review and see whether you did well or not. But during that life review, you're going to get a chance to feel everything that you've ever inflicted on anybody in this experience. Yeah. Yeah. But from love. So it doesn't feel bad. It's not you, but it's a life review. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that determines whether you got to go back and do it or not. And everybody keeps saying, oh, you got a choice. Listen, there's some things you don't choose. So there's a lot of crock of shit to that too. And about you have a choice to go to the light or linger. Yeah, but you know something? Who would want to stay with the lost souls that didn't find their way to the light? Nobody does. And how does that happen? Because they get too attached to their material possessions and people and places and things. And that sucks them into being stuck to it. Nah, that's the law of detachment. No. You know, there's a lot of things that are misconceived with all of this, what they call modern day spiritual stuff. Well, guess what? That has nothing to do with me. I'm tapped right into source. And the love that's fueling me. And you know what? That's where I'll stay and operate from. And not many can. Yeah, I rid myself of shame, blame, guilt, denial, judgment, non-acceptance, abuse, drug addiction, alcoholism, self-mutilation by thought alone. Yeah. And then I had to fight for my life. Yeah. And then, after doing all of that, I build a company, and I get a brand new car, and I spiritually awaken, decide that I'm going to share love with somebody, and it all gets wiped away like a tsunami. Have a heart attack, flesh-eating disease, past 2 years, and what? I'm sitting here today, coming back from it all, and still encouraging everybody to tap into the love that's fueling them. And yes, no matter what has happened in my life or in my human experience, I am functioning from love. I love myself. Why would I feel any other way? If you love yourself, you're not going to embody any other state but that. The force of the love that is fueling every one of your organs, that is in perfect design, and it knows exactly what to do. Okay? The only thing that you should be thinking about is your truest heart's desires and nothing but. So if you've got anything else running on this hamster wheel of destruction within your brain, you need to disrupt it. And you need to reinstall helpful patterns and positive patterns so that they could run on repeat. Literally, because that's the only way to do it. You cannot keep these patterns of destruction running and try to create wellness and harmony and balance from doing things outside of you. It doesn't work. You got to have that stillness, harmony, balance within to make the magic happen to you, for you to even heal. For you to... It's very much possible. I'm living proof of it. And you know what? That's why I tell you guys, it's not about money. Look at all of the things that I've been able to accomplish without a red cent to play with. So there's no excuse. Yes, not having the tool to expand certain things is fine, but guess what? I have been told by the Most High, the places that do not warrant you access because of you not having the funds to do it, will feel the karma of that. You see? I trust that. So yes, there's a lot of things that I may not have access to because my account and my, how would I say it? Everybody has a bank account. Well, I have an account with the Most High, which anything that blocks me humanly because I don't have finances is not meant for me. I know that. So I don't have to sit and wish I could do things because I have this or I need this to know. I do not lack not a thing. No, because of what's fueling me. And I understand that I will find the good in everything because everything is working for my highest good no matter what it is. No matter how hard it is to live. Wait, you don't think other people haven't had it rougher than me? Of course they have. I think so anyway. And most have said, oh shit, I don't even know how I would live what you live, Toby. What do you mean people haven't it rougher than you? You know something? As long as the Most High is fueling me for this experience and has me breathing, I will live everything and anything I'm meant to. That's how I operate. Because I obey. And I don't go where I don't get, no, that's just how it is. And a lot of people won't understand it because, well, that's my mission. Nobody else has to understand what I'm meant to do here on the planet. It doesn't matter. I'll just do it proudly, obediently, and whatever I have to live, I will. There must be a real reason why everything I just lived happened. But I overcame it. And that's all that matters to me. None of that exists anymore, no matter what it is. Every day I wake up with a brand new slate as a brand new creation from the Most High that creates me to be in this existence and grants me passage to be here. And that's all the payment that I need to do my boss's work here. Because my payment will come from the Most High too. I believe that. And what's that payment? Well, I get to breathe. And as long as I get to breathe, I will live anything that I have to. And that's why it makes me very different than most. My reliance has always been with what is giving me life. And that's the only thing I've been able to rely on in my whole life. So why would that loyalty go anywhere else now? It never will. And everybody wants to put books and titles and a whole bunch of lies mixed up in this powerful, perfect design of love that we're fueled with for the experience, and still given the free will to make whatever choices you want, whether you're destroying yourself or not, it will be fueled by the whole power of the universe. So I encourage you guys all to love yourself today, no matter what. And that's how you tap in and reconnect with what is giving you life as you find your fire. Where's your soul? Where's your spirit, and what is fueling you for life? You may be filling your whole experience with shit. Shit talk, shit shows, shit stuff feeding, shit conversations, shit. But guess what? That's all the catch-up to the magnificent, perfect design that you're putting there. That's not fueled by the Most High. That's what you're doing. Okay? Own that stuff. And stop blaming it on everything else but yourself. Self-accountability and facing things and not being ashamed of the choices that you've made free willingly in your life. Because if Source is sourcing you for life and not shaming, blaming, guilting you nothing because you're given free will. So you're given a free pass to play and do what you want. But if you choose to be doing those things to yourself, well, guess what? You're going to feel the effects of it because we have the free will to make the choices that we make, but we are not free from the choices that we do make. I encourage you to make better choices, better thinking patterns, better ways of being for you primarily. Why? Because you matter. Yeah. And it doesn't matter what you have lived up until now. 21 days to freedom. And I'll say it loud and proud. 21 days to freedom from no matter what you're suffering. Well, because I highly doubt you dive in deep like I do. So it'll probably take you 21 days. What's the date today? What's the date today? Well, it's the 23rd of March. I giggle because, you know something, there's not too many that have taken me seriously. Since November 1st, I've been telling you guys about the increase of the energetic influence. Well, across the states, everybody's panicking for this eclipse, you know. Why? Because the sun is going to flip its magnetism. And that's what the real panic is. And they think that it's going to induce earthquakes and platonic, you know, the tectonic plates shifting. And they think there's going to be some great disaster. But no, it doesn't all have to go down like that. We're all energy first. I did a video on TikTok the other day talking about the natural purge, but I've been talking about this natural purge now for months. It's not me who created it. I'm just putting my whole life force into it. For wellness, come on. Love is coming back to the planet. Well, I'm embracing that fully. Just the way I've embraced the love fueling me. So I don't have to worry about whether anything's going to happen. I don't live in fear. This is why everybody's in panic. Install the fear. Get you distracted. Focus on that. Be in a fearful state. That means, you know, you're not flowing with love. You're flowing with fear. Well, love and fear is a very different frequency. And living in fear locks you into a 3D way of thinking. No thanks. I'm not operating from the 5D consciousness, you know, the starseed consciousness of like 9D and 10D and all of the different, no. I graduated. So, I'm operating at a very different consciousness than that. And I'm proud of everything that I've lived and everything, because you know what? I feel like I'm seated at the right hand of the Father, as they want to call it here. But just like in any creation, it takes two forces to fuel. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't want to confuse anybody or, but wouldn't it make sense that the mother would be more of a creator? Would need the father, but what fueled the creation? What took that and multiplied it and gave it back? A lot to think about. I love you all. Have a great day, and I hope that this filled your heart just as much as me coming out here speaking the truth did for me. Yeah. Guys, you're loved, and you're fueled for the experience by love. So you know something, embrace love. And you know what? I've had a real eye-opening experience in the past 24 hours. I'm not going to get into it in detail because it's really nobody's business, but I will highlight a couple of golden nuggets. Let people love you. Let people love you. Doesn't matter what package it arrives in, accept the love. Yeah. And, allow the universe to guide you. Because it will give you everything you ask for, should you be open to receiving it. Well, you can't, a lot of people ask for things and doubt they'll get it. You can't do that because the universe is going to give you exactly what you've created it to be. So, yeah, you've asked for it, but you've also doubted you're going to get it. So you're going to, all right. Why would you get it if you doubt it? You won't. And my eye-opening experience was, it's kind of weird when you live a different experience. You take time to process it and you try to, but there's so much learning in every situation should you want it, Yeah. And we can lock ourselves away from learning or we can jump into learning. And something, I had a couple of hours of great learning yesterday. And you know what I learned? Should you give people the chance? A lot of people tell me that I don't trust people. Well, no, I trust people who they show up to be with their energy and who they are. That's what I trust about people. I don't trust the stories they try to tell me. I don't trust the pretty paintings they try to tell me. I don't trust the pipe dreams that they're trying to feed me. What I do trust is the energy of somebody's being. And if it matches to the words that they're saying. Okay, and that determines who I stay friends with. That determines who I stay engaged with and interact with. Their energy must match what they're telling me. Because if there's a contradiction within the two, that's all I need to know, and I don't need to investigate it further. I just know there's a glitch. Well, that's why I have very limited people around me that actually visit me or hang with me or whatever, because they have to be people that their energy matches their words. Because I don't like to feel that glitch in any person that's close to me. Because I don't have any weak links in my circle. Okay? which is powered by the Most High. So, how would I say that? Yeah, I don't have any weak links in my circle. And if you have any weak links in your circle, cut them out. Or fix the link. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I was getting back to that experience that I was having. But my boss was trying to tell me something, so. Okay. Anyway, I had quite the experience yesterday that changed my, because I talk about the energy has to match the words. Well, I had an experience with somebody where it was I took the time to get to know somebody, and their energy very much matches their words. And not only that, this person expressed genuine sincerity in expressing the way that I triggered them to feel. And it kind of blew my mind. Blew my heart wide open. But it blew my mind also. The capacity of somebody to sit there and express to me exactly what their heart was pushing within their body. And it really, I was blown away by it. But I'm receiving of love, so it was very heart-filling to hear somebody express that to me in the way that they did. Yeah. That proved to me that it is still possible. You know what? Really, I had an eye-opening experience. I'm not going to lie. That really shifted my world. That really shifted my world. To experience that yesterday. Wow. That's all I can say. So don't close yourself off to experiences or situations or anything. Experience and explore and learn and grow. And when the energy's right with people, give them that chance to say their piece. And that's, basically that's what it was. Somebody wanted the opportunity to spend some time with me and share their piece with me. And I don't mean share a piece with me. I mean communicate. Talk, have meaningful conversation. Well, there was nothing but meaningful conversation. And that's what really blew my mind. So it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool. I don't have that too often with too many people. With my best friend, which I call him the husband I don't sleep with. Well, I have that kind of conversation with him all the time. But this was somebody new that I haven't seen, or I don't know, or I don't, it's like a get to know phase. But it was quite mind-boggling. Yeah. Made me change the way I believe certain things possible, actually. And the way it was expressed with such ease and such clarity and concise, I was blown away. Anyway. All right, so I pulled out the mindful messages, and clearly you guys have some mindful messages today that need to be told. And you know what? The card that popped out is fuel. So, I enjoy doing things that fuel me. It feels great to do things for myself. When I make sure I am taken care of, I can better show up for those in my life and for the work that I do. Yes, very, very true. Very, very true. Get focused. To attract what I want, first I get clear on what it is I desire. I envision it for a minute or more every day, feeling how it would feel to have this in my life. What would I do? How would I react? And who'd I tell? I picture it all. Through my continual alignment with my desires, they begin to flow into my physical reality in divine timing. And you've got guidance system. So I love using my emotions as a guidance system. They show me how close or far away I am from what I want. When I am feeling joy and doing the things I love, I am in a state of allowing for my desires. I notice when I'm feeling low vibrational thoughts and shift them to release resistance. Okay, you know what? I'm being asked to jump in on that card and make you guys understand something. You know, there's a physical feeling that you're going to feel when you're in a pattern of destruction. Okay? Versus when you are being led by your heart and allowing yourself to expand. Anytime you get fearful of anything, your body is going to contract. And it's going to react to that. And it has to restabilize to that. And anytime you get anxious, your whole body goes out of whack. All of these emotional states that you choose to embody other than love and thriving and confidence and, well, it's either you're spiraling up and expanding and your body feels it. When you're confident and you're standing there, you are not sitting there fearful. And you can't be sitting there scared and saying, oh, I'm confident. It's a total contradiction. Oh, I want all these great things in my life. Oh, but I don't think I could get them. Nah. You have to expand with the right emotions by intention. And this is why if you've been on a repeat cycle of not feeling right and inducing these states of being within you that are destructive and harmful, you can correct them by installing them into your brain. I know, I've had to do it. Big time. Infinite creativity. At any moment, I am able to tap into an infinite source of energy and creativity within me. Yes, because that's what's given you life. That's the highest potential of your being. Unique ideas flow through, each one capable of blossoming into beautiful creations. Of course, every idea that you have that you think you should do, as long as you've cleaned out the trash. Because until you've cleaned out the trash, well, you're only thinking how bad the trash smells. Or how bad it feels. Or what it's doing to you. Yeah, but once you correct that, I tell you. Magic. That's right. It's crazy. Once you correct that, I tell you, and then bam, the magic card. There is magic and miracles all around me and in me. Where others see coincidence, I see evidence of life synchronicities. Oh, yes, I do. I love filling life with wonder and magic. It's way more fun that way. Oh, yes, it is. You know what the real magic is? Showing everybody what they believe was humanly impossible to do. Yeah. Curious focus. Oh, no, sorry. Conscious focus. These cards, I gotta get better lighting in here. Conscious focus. What I focus on, I attract more of. Starting with today, I will be more conscious of what I choose to spend time speaking or thinking of. I will do more of the things that will bring me joy and see as more of these things begin to effortlessly flow into my life. Well, yeah, because what you guys got to understand is everything that you think is sending out a vibration. You think that your thoughts are just affecting you. No, they're affecting the whole world. And even if you speak these thoughts, you've put your whole life force into it. That's why it's spelling. You're actually casting spells on yourself and everybody else that you talk about. And that's why I tell everybody, keep my name out of your mouth. Unless you're speaking highly of me. Seriously, because I don't want that negativity and that energy and all of that stuff coming at me that I got to clean up with my life force because other people are mismanaging theirs. And this is what happens when you mismanage your life force. You get sick. You mismanage your thoughts, you get sick. You mismanage your time, you end up in a real messy cycle. So you got to do better for yourself because you want better for yourself because you're sick and tired of feeling the way you feel. Because that's the point that I had to get. I hated life. I hated myself. I didn't even want to look at myself in a mirror. Christ, I tried to kill myself 3 times, even after beating death. That's how much I still just did not want to be here because I had never felt love in my life. Or loved, or accepted, or not. Every single family member, friend, everybody. Tobi, you're too much. Tobi, you're too much. Tobi, you're too much. Tobi. Okay, so if I'm too much for anybody, where's my crew? You see? Well, I didn't just grow up not feeling like I didn't fit in. I was made to feel like I did not fit in. There is a cause to an effect. Well, when you can forgive that cause for its effects, no matter what it's been in your life, you free yourself of it. That's my point. You can sit there and blame the cause, but what is that going to do for you other than make you more sick? Accept it, forgive it, and release the emotion of it, no matter what the circumstance or situation or the cause of the effects that you've been living by. Why don't you be the cause of the effects that you want in your life? Because I know I'm the cause of the effects I want in my life. Nothing else. But can you own that and stand up for that? Because right now you're living by the effects of everything causing these effects in you and totally out of whack within your being. Well, you can stand up in your power, own yourself, self-accountability, and make the magic happen. No matter what it is that you're faced with. It's a choice. And yes, you can call your power back from every situation, circumstance, or scenario that has ever inflicted any kind of wound. Because you must. Because you must heal those wounds. If you don't, you won't step into your full power. Everything that has ever inflicted any kind of wound in you all your life must be healed. To be a vessel for your full power. That's why many are called and the chosen are few, because a lot of people give up on themselves and the whole thing. They give up trying to feel good. Well, I couldn't do that because my life depended on it. So, creator of happiness, I reclaim my power to create my own joy and happiness. Yeah. It is not dependent on any outside source or individual. Therefore, it cannot be taken away. Exactly. It can always be found within me. Of course, because it's running your whole experience. I encourage you guys all to be running from your highest potential of your being and not those programs of destruction. Not only today, every day. Why make the magic happen? Yeah. I love you all, and I can guarantee that the Most High loves each and every one of you too. How do I know? Because we're all connected. And if I'm loved like this, so are you. Whether you feel loved or not, you are loved. And you are needed for this greatest show on earth that is about to happen. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nobody has anything to worry about if they're holding the love inside their heart that they need to be. Actually. Because it's all frequency. Even everything that you see solid. So it's all frequency. And the love that keeps everything binded is in perfect harmony, perfect design, knows no limits, no boundaries, and thrives. And it's all about expansion and growth. So anything that we have to live or are about to live is for our highest good. So guess what? Bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. And you must release your anger. Anger is a natural emotion, but I recognize that holding on to it can be toxic for me. I look at the person who has caused me pain and see them as a human being. They are. I release the anger. I feel and free myself, freeing myself and expanding to love. That's exactly what I was just talking about. The cause and the effects. You sit with your anger, but what's the cause of the anger? Accept it. You sit feeling less than. Well, what's the cause of that feeling? Look at it. Correct it. Release these emotions that are stored in you, because while you're containing all of these emotions and shaming and blaming yourself and not loving yourself right, well, you're not holding the frequency of love. And you have to. More so now than ever. And if you haven't up until today, you better start. And I don't say that to induce any fear. I say that to prepare you. Yeah. And you know what? Those who aren't controlled by money never will be. Understand that. And I'm not controlled by money. I'm not. I'm controlled by the Most High. No matter what. I love you all. Have a great day. Make the magic happen. Listen to your heart. It knows the way. Your head will keep you in a constant cycle of repetitive trauma, pain, suffering, and anything you've had to live in your human experience, which you should have already delete or book some time with me to get that right within you. But since you haven't, you better let the love that's fueling you rejuvenate you and fill every one of your cells today. And accept nothing but love within yourself, and to be protected to everybody, no matter what you have to live. And you know, a lot of people tell me, oh, Tobi, how do you be loving with these unloving people? You know why? Because they're the ones that need it the most. But I will not extend my grace to them more than I am instructed to by the Most High. Because the minute I pull out of that situation, the Most High steps in. So I'm like the warm-up committee. And those who don't hear must feel. Factually. I love you all. Have a great day. Make the magic happen. Peace.